at the Transparency House at the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week at the Dutch Pavilion, and we're sitting here with Carmen Hagenaars from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the Netherlands. Carmen, welcome.
Thank you very much.
And what is your role at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the Netherlands?
Well, I'm working as a Deputy Director for Inclusive Green Growth. So working on climate change, on energy, renewable energy, water and food. Those are the topics.
Okay, very interesting. And how long are you doing that?
I've been in this job for 2 years, and I'm not an expert on these themes, but I'm really very happy to be working on these subjects, and a bit proud as well.
Yeah.
I think in a way on these topics you can contribute to a better future for our children, sustainable future. So it's new topics, but highly interesting.
Nice. And is there a connection? I think there is a connection with the Sustainable Development Goals.
Yes. So SDGs are our agenda. So Minister Kaag for Foreign Affairs, for Foreign Trade and Development has her agenda on the SDGs. So our focus is, in my department, is mainly on SDG 13, which is climate, SDG 7, which is renewable energy.
Yeah.
And in my team, we work very much on energy, so sustainable energy. Therefore, I was here over the weekend for the IRENA Council.
Okay, you actually went to the IRENA Council.
Exactly.
We just had the IRENA representative here in the Transparency House, so that's a nice link. So how do you collaborate as Dutch government with governmental institutions in the Gulf region?
Well, we see them mostly in international meetings, of course, but also through our cooperation, of course, by the companies, and also through our knowledge organizations. For example, the predecessor of Mrs. Nawal, Dr. Tani, he is now Minister for Climate Change for the UAE. And he came to the Netherlands last summer.
Okay.
There's quite some cooperation. I think we have different ways of working, but I think we can find each other. As you heard Mrs. Nawal say, they want to invest strongly in renewable energy, and so do we. And we have our experience and they have theirs.
Yeah, and how do you help? Because we have a lot of Dutch companies that are innovative and have solutions that can also work here in the UAE. How do you get the Dutch innovations over to the UAE and make them known? How do you do that as a governmental party?
One example is, for example, in this council, they had a session on hydrogen, where the Netherlands, of course, is very interested, and we have an expert, and we invited him to this network.
Okay.
So it's
very hands-on, very direct.
We can make the links, we can connect networks that we have with networks that companies or experts, academia have, and I think it's a kind of a broker role that we fulfill. But we also have our own objectives on renewable energy agenda. So it's still lacking behind in a way, especially in developing countries. And in that sense, we also support and fund programs in, for example, solar energy, also in wind energy, and we do that usually through organizations. That is not so much here in the Gulf because they have their own means, but as they do themselves, for example, they also work in different countries, and we do as well.
Nice. Well, we actually are experiencing here what the government of the Netherlands can do for companies, because we are also a company ourselves, and we're standing here in Abu Dhabi on a great Dutch pavilion where we can get a stage to inform the world about our innovations. So that's great. You are women, of course. We are in the UAE. Do you want to say something about the connection or women leadership here in the UAE and the Netherlands?
Yes, well, it's. I think if you look at the energy world, that is still very much dominated by men, professionally. And I think we see now more and more also women coming in, which is very positive. Mrs. Nawal hosted also a dinner with women last Friday evening. Young engineers working on wind turbines, for example. And they have a mentor program in order to see how we can support each other as women in this world. And overall, in our programs that we support and that we fund, we always try to be as much as inclusive as possible. So reaching women. One of the objectives as well is, for example, supporting on clean cooking, which is a topic what directly.
But there are a lot of accidents with cooking in third world countries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's highly dangerous. It's highly polluting. They cut woods. They cut the trees in order to cook on wood. So there's a whole world to win, I would say, and that affects directly women, and women are directly engaged. So it's really a very. I always feel it's a very positive agenda.
Yeah, and it's very. If you walk here, you see actually a lot of women that are actually interested in sustainability, the innovation, or women that go with their men to talk about business. So for me, it was an eye-opener here.
It's really magnificent. Maybe one more thing that I would like to mention also on the link between renewable energy and other SDGs, as you might say. So on water or food, I think there's clear examples where we support renewable energy, for example, solar, which is used then for access to water. So in a way, it's also broader goals that you address with the work that we do. There we go.
Yeah, but it's very nice to see, because here the team is unifying water, energy and food. We are on a Dutch trade mission. We have water companies, energy companies, food companies, and actually the three pillars are chosen by the government of the Netherlands.
Exactly. Yeah, so the whole setup working also towards the expo in Dubai, starting as of October, is on this topic. And I think as the Netherlands, we do have a large experience in many of the areas. If you hear the companies, it's really impressive what they can offer. And it brings together these sectors, so it's they know how to find each other, and as from a government side, we're just facilitating in that respect. But we truly believe that it's a good mix that we can bring.
Very nice, really, and also very nice what you do. Very good and very impactful, because you're also an example for women here, but also in the Netherlands, as how you also can do it in life. So thank you very much for joining. We will continue in a few minutes with the Transparency House, made possible by Global Sustainable Enterprise System. See you soon.